Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you? Welcome to True North. So, first of all, you'll notice some new lights around, and thanks to Mike and his team, they've done a fabulous job. Mike and Ben have done a fabulous job getting new lights installed. Those of you that are watching at home, hopefully you may notice that things are going to be a little bit brighter. They're going to continue to get that tweaked out. But as you notice, students in here, the red lights are going to mean it's your 5-minute warning. So whenever you see the red lights light up, that means you got 5 minutes and then we start. So, and it's pretty bright up here, but that won't affect you all, just us. We just try to look down there. But we are glad to have you with us. If you're joining us online at home, we're glad to have you with us. In a minute, we're going to have our 4-minute party, and our 4-minute party host will be greeting you from this camera right over here. If you want to give a shout out to somebody, you can go back and do that. Carrie Palmer, where is Carrie? Carrie, raise your hand. Where'd you go? Carrie Palmer's right back over here. She's got a box of cards. She has a box of cards. So during the 4-minute party, any of you that can go back there and sign cards for Miss Vicki, we'd love for you to do that, and we'll get those mailed to her. So anybody, go and sign up during the 4-minute party, because I'll forget to remind you, but go back there. So during the 4-minute party, remind everybody to go back there.
Yeah, go back there during the 4-minute party, guys.
Okay, hey, before we go any further, we've got a Bible to present. We have a Bible, a baptism Bible, and Jillian wanted that presented here at True North. Jillian Malujan, come on up. Come on up here and let's all give her a big hand. We are thrilled to present you with this baptism Bible. It's going to be it's an awesome Bible, and we just ask that you read from this Bible every day in which you intend to also breathe and or eat. Okay? So let's just make that deal, all right? So we're very excited to present that to you. We're excited about your baptism. Let's all give it up for Jillian Malujan. Thanks, Jillian. Appreciate it. Great job. All right. We're going to let those of you here in just a minute, if you're watching at home, get ready, because we're going to give the QR code in just a moment. Everybody else, if you've got a cell phone, if you can turn that down for us or make sure that it is silenced, so that it's not going to be a distraction, that would be awesome. And then if you'll tell everybody, Blake, how the QR code is going to work.
So QR code, for those watching at home, nobody in here fill this out, but for those watching at home, you click on the screen, you use your phone camera to hover over it, click on it, tap it. It'll take you to a form. You just fill out where you're watching from and who you're watching with. This just gives us an idea to know, hey, you're watching with us and you're tuning in. So it gives us an opportunity to check in with you and an opportunity to let you know you're tuning in with us.
And the QR code is up there and ready for you to go, so we'll give you just a moment to do that. Everybody in here, we have some students that are going to help us out by greeting you. If our greeters will come on up here to the front. We've got a Baskin-Robbins gift card for you. If it's your first time ever visiting with us, or if you visited before but for some reason we didn't give out the gift cards or you forgot to get one, then you can come and get one. We're not keeping track of when your first visit was. But in just a moment, we're all going to stand up. I've already seen several faces that I've not seen in a while, and I've already, seen some guests that I've met tonight. So in just a moment, when we all stand up, your job is going to be to do one of two things. Actually, three things. If you're listening, say, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
One of them is going to be to come and give a shout out to somebody watching at home. But don't interrupt our 4-minute party guests. They'll give you a chance to give a shout out. The second thing, go back there to Carrie Palmer's table and sign one of the cards for Miss Vicki. If you want to spend most of your time doing that, that would be great. And then the third thing, we want you to meet somebody or greet somebody that you have not spoken to in a long time, or somebody you've never met. Adults, we want you to do the same thing as well. There's lots of parents in the room that maybe you don't know. It's an easy time, and it gives you a great excuse to go up and say, hey, I don't believe that we've met, and to get their name. If you're a guest, whoever you are a guest with, or if you're here by yourself, during the 4-minute party, make your way up here, meet these folks. They'll give you the Baskin-Robbins gift card. You'll fill out a visitor form. It's going to be great. Everybody ready to go? All right, everybody watching at home, we'll be talking to you in just a moment. Everybody else in the room, let's have a 4-minute party.
Gilly, I'm back again. You should be here. I don't know why you're not, but I just thought I'd say hi. And Slater's driving, so I think he's watching, so I'd like to say hi to Slater. And so would Zeb.
Hi, Grant.
All right, we're gonna leave. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Clark. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm glad whoever is tuning in. I can't wait to see y'all win and if you come back. So a few things. We're starting to sign up for kids camp around this time, and I believe soon we'll be starting Impact. So if you're interested in that, sign up. It's
On the website.
Oh yeah, Kids Camp is one of my favorite events of the year. Do you like?
Yes, I love Kids Camp.
Yes. Yeah. You guys enjoy True North and have a good rest of your night. Bye.
Hey everybody, we're glad to have you watching at home tonight. If you are with us, text us or fill out the QR code and let us know. We are glad to have you joining us, and we look forward to jumping right into True North in just a minute. We got some fun things lined up. We're glad to have you with us and look forward to the time we can all be together in person. But until then, have a great night. Then let's take this opportunity to bring up Slater. Slater, do you have a shirt tonight? Well, come on up. Give us a report. Give a hand to Slater Coggin, everybody. Slater, you were off to a good start. I think we have HH2 on there, his mic. You were off to a great start, and yet how many total shirts have you received?
Still 12.
Still 12.
Still a lot.
That's a lot of shirts. Who has the best shirt? The shirt that you're like the most excited about?
I forget the name of the university, but they're the Lumberjacks.
Oh,
That's a pretty
okay.
cool
All right.
shirt.
The Lumberjack. Was that the one you were wearing the other night?
No, I was wearing the Huskies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're in the national championship for hockey. The St. Cloud whatever it's called.
The Lumberjacks?
No,
The Huskies?
the Huskies.
Okay.
Huskies play on
Still no
ice.
word. Still no word from Slippery Rock.
No.
Or Delta State,
Nope.
We got to call Slippery Rock.
the Fighting Okra.
We have to place a call to Slippery Rock and say, hey, what is the deal, Slippery Rock? We'll see. We'll work on that. Let's work on that this week. Let's call Slippery Rock and see if we can do that. All right. Thanks, Slater.
I'll
Good
do
job.
my best.
No birthdays, so we can just move right along, which is going to be good because we have several things to get to. We want to make sure that everybody is reminded about a couple of big things we have coming up, and here is the first one. All right. The excitement last week was great. It was good. All right. Those of you that are signing up for camp, you need to know it is June the 1st through the 5th. 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, you can sign up only through Sunday. And then on Sunday, you can still sign up, but then it opens up to the 7th and 8th graders. Spots are filling up quite rapidly, so let's make sure that you get those applications in. If you say, you know what, I just haven't jumped on that yet, we don't want it to be too late. So you've heard it right here first. Or maybe you heard it here second. I don't know.
Yeah, we're at half capacity.
Yeah.
So.
And the
Better sign
link,
up.
the sign-up link is in the email.
Yep. And we texted it out. So if you're in high school, jump on it.
And some of you might have gotten a couple of texts twice from us. We don't know why that is. We're looking into that. But a couple of the texts we've sent out came back to back, and they were the exact same text. So we apologize. We're not exactly sure why that is, but we're looking into it. The other thing that you need to be aware of, and listen up carefully because this one is potentially a little bit more confusing, and that is about this event.
Y'all ready for this?
So, Impact is going to happen June 21st to the 23rd. It is going to be open to 7th through 12th grade, those who have completed the 7th to the 12th grade. They are likely going to limit the number of spots that we're going to be able to have. A couple of years ago, we took like 90 middle schoolers and 90 high schoolers. The year after that, we took about 70 and 70. They may limit us even to less than that because they're opening Impact up to 750 campers. And right now, if we took 100, then we would make up, about 1/7 of Impact. And so they may even reduce us. They haven't given us a number yet, but they may reduce us even below that, which means when that sign-up goes active, you need to sign up. We'll have no way of getting you in. we'll have no way of saying, we really love you, we're going to get you in. We won't be able to do that. I know I'm on the Impact board. I have nothing to do with registration. So you need to be ready to jump on that. We told you the cost last week. I think I was wrong on the cost. I think I told you 170. It's not going to be, it'll be a little less than 170. But it's probably going to be about 150. I think is that what we said?
Yeah.
150 is what it's going to be, and that'll help us cover the cost of transportation and getting you back and forth, because they are not allowing students to stay on campus, but we're going to go back and forth, and we're still working on arrangements to make that happen, but that's going to be the plan for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 21st through the 23rd. So be ready and be looking for that, because that is coming up very, very soon. Anything else we need to say about that specifically?
I'm excited.
Okay. You're excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
it's going to be great. The summer is coming back. It feels a lot different and a lot more exciting.
Slowly things are beginning to happen, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, we have just enough time here to do a couple of things that we're looking forward to. One, we have a new segment that we're going to bring up two contestants. The two contestants are going to be those that would have been next in line for the other game that was ended last week because of the McCrary sisters.
Thank you.
And who knows when that game will resurface again. But we have another game. And we were going to bring up the next people in line. Well, not all of them were here. So the next group in line would be Blake and Haley Derryberry, the next sibling pair. If you all are willing to compete, come on up. You have no idea what you're competing in, but come on up. All right, let's give them a microphone. Here's the game we're going to play. The game is called Fast Food Emojis. All right? We're going to let you watch the screen, and there's going to be 11 of these.
Yep, 11.
There are 11 of them. They are fast food restaurants or restaurants. Don't think necessarily fast food, but they're mainly fast food restaurants or quicker restaurants. And they're described only in emojis. Now, some of them, the emoji themselves are the clue to sound out. Some of them, it's just pictures that'll help you get to the thing. So don't try to, they're not all the same. That'll make more sense when you watch it. There's 11 of them. Now, the game is fast food emojis. I tested this on Blake earlier, and he got all 11 of them in 2 minutes.
Without passing.
Without passing. You cannot pass. So you've got to sound it out and try to figure it out. Blake, you're going to get the timer, and you're going to see if it was 2 minutes. It might have been 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So you have 2 minutes and 3 seconds to try to beat Blake. Okay? Oh, it's Blake versus Blake.
Yeah.
And Haley. Blake and Haley versus Blake. So there are two of you. Nobody out here whisper the answer. Nobody shout it out. If you whisper it loudly, they'll be able to hear you. So I know you're going to want to play along at home. You can raise your hand, if you got it and you know what it is, but don't shout it out. Okay? This is a game for the two of them. They would have been next in line to compete in the other game to see how do you think you all could have done it? Well, maybe you'll get the chance later on. Here we go. We're going to put two minutes on the clock. This game should not take long. You're going to see if you can sound them out. Some of them are very easy, like really easy. And then some of them are very tricky. And some of them are so obvious, but it's hard to figure out. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
There were a couple that were how did I not get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple that it took a while, but.
And you were pretty upset with a couple of them, but then some of them you got them really fast.
Some of them are quick.
Some of the tough ones you got very quickly. We should have recorded you doing this to show.
Maybe next time.
There were some really funny moments of you trying to figure them out. All right, you guys ready? We have 2 minutes on the clock. Nobody help them out. When you say it, I'll show the correct answer, and then I'll go to the next one, okay? So I'm going to stand back here. Make sure you're speaking into the microphone. Hold the microphone up carefully. Everybody, fast food emojis. Here you go. Here is your first one. The clock starts when I put the slide up. You ready, Blake? Here it is, and go.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, you got it. Okay, here comes your next one.
Dairy Queen.
That is Dairy Queen. Very good. Okay, keep going. You got it.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, very good. That's Dunkin' Donuts. You got it. Here's the next one.
Just take some guesses.
Yes. Nope, not Applebee's. Keep going. Sound it out. Sound it out.
Pirate
You're getting
Bees.
closer. It is not Pirate Bees.
Man, what a movie that would be.
Keep going.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirate Bees.
Skull. There's a skull.
No, keep going. Don't say it. Raise your hand if you got it out here, though. A lot of people got it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep trying to go. Not pirate bees.
Like, what's another word? I don't know.
What do pirates say?
Arby's.
Oh, we got it. Okay, we're going to go ahead. There we go. There we go. Here's your next one.
Popeyes.
No, Popeyes. Very good. He got it. Popeyes. All right, here's the next one.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Very good. We're going to go to the next one. Here we go.
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Very good. Okay, here goes your next one.
Waffle House.
All right, nice. We're moving now. We're moving now. There we go. Very good. You got it. That was my favorite one.
Crazy 8.
What?
Crazy 8.
No, it is not Crazy 8.
Crazy Mike. Or something Mike's. Jersey Mike's.
Yes, Jersey Mike's. Very good. Okay, Jersey Mike's. This is the last one. This one's tough.
Panera Bread.
Oh, she got it. Panera Bread. Stop. That's it. And what was there that Arby's really got you?
You
And
had, you had
did
some help from a friend.
We did give you a little bit of a hint. What was their time?
1 minute and 50 seconds.
1 minute and 50 seconds. It's almost a draw because we gave you a tie, but nicely done. Good job. How many of you, everybody do well out there? You get them? Okay, very good. All right, give the Dairy Berries a big hand. Nice job.
Here, I'll take the
Okay, next week. Actually, we probably won't do a game next week, but the week after that, we'll do a game that everybody can participate in. Okay, now, I won't take as long to go through this as we did last week, but we do need you to pay very careful attention. Because next Wednesday night in this room, we're going to go live not only to people in Murfreesboro, but to at least 15 or 16 other youth groups, mainly in Texas, although I found out there's some in Oklahoma and there are some in some other states. But mainly Texas for the New Day online workshop, the 21st and the 22nd. The 21st is all the NBYG. And it's going to be True North. During the time that we're in here, we're not going to go live until 7. So we'll do some other fun things here and prepare and get ready. But then at 7 o'clock, we're going to go live for 1 hour with EEM. Now remember, the challenge is EEM is trying to get 250,000 Bibles to put into schools for children. I'm sorry, 520,000 Bibles. I keep saying 250,000. 520,000. And that may have made my math completely wrong, because I may have been basing it off the 250,000. They have 136. No, see?
The amount of math that
That's
we've had
right,
to do
yeah.
is insane.
The amount of math we tried to do today, and obviously we didn't do it very well, it's 346,000 Bibles they already have. All right. So the question is this. Listen carefully, because this is important. This is where you come in. This will only work with you. We're not going to be able to finish off the rest of the Bibles that they need. But we are going to do our best to try to set a goal for our group of 1,000 Bibles. 1,000 Bibles. Now, $5 normally would get you 2 Bibles, but now $5 is going to get you 4 Bibles. Okay, because somebody's going to double matching fund. They're going to double whatever is raised. So $5 will get you that. So for us to get the 1,000 Bibles, we did the math, and I think we're right, is going to be $1,250. Is that right?
Yes.
$1,250 will provide 1,000 Bibles towards this number that they're still trying to reach. If you got it, say got it.
Got it.
Now, we're going to use the money that you have given for Liliana on last Sunday, and we'll use the money for this Sunday. So you need to know that this Sunday and last Sunday's donations are going to go towards this. And whatever you bring next Wednesday night is going to go towards this. How many of you were here last Wednesday night? Raise your hands. All right, you'll come into play in just a minute. We had 108 students last Wednesday night. So far, it was the largest True North we've had in 2020 and 2021. 108 students were here, and if 108 of you were to get yourself to give $5 and a friend, that would be to give $10. Everybody does that we would have $1,080, okay? And that was only going to cover like 846 Bibles or something like that.
Right.
Something like that. But we've set a goal for 1,000 Bibles. Now, we may have some adults that are willing to help out. We may have some adults that want to match. We're going to have some people watching at home that may want to match. We may or may not end up doing this again in September. You know, normally we do it in September. but they're doing a special campaign from April to June. So we're going to try to raise enough to give them 1,000 Bibles. Dirk Smith from EEM will be here next week, and we're going to interview him and talk with him. And there's going to be several churches watching online, at least 15 or 16 youth groups. Now, they're probably going to be much smaller youth groups than ours. Some may be our size. Many of them will be 10 or 15. Some of them may have 20 or 30 or 40. We're going to challenge them not to match our goal, but we're going to challenge them to take however many are in their room. So if there is 20 watching in their room, we're going to challenge them, all 20 of them, to give $5 and get somebody else to give $5. Because the theme of the night is 5 times 2 equals question mark. That's the theme. Several people are like, what is that all about? And we're like, well, that's why you've got to tune in and check it out. So other youth groups are going to be watching. Now, some of you, we said, we showed these last week, 520,000 Bibles weighs as much as 19 elephants. You stretch it out, and end to end, it's 1,228 football fields. And then here's the math on how the Bibles work. And then we've seen some of these pictures of some of these kids with the Bibles. Yeah, there's little Ukrainian Sam Duggar right there. I don't know where that came from. But we're going to try to do 1,000 Bibles. And some of you, with your permission, we're going to interview you and say, here's my $5, and here is how I raised it. Now listen very carefully, because this is where things get fun and interesting and entertaining, potentially. $5 is not a lot of money. Some of you may easily come up with that, and you may come up with more than that. The challenge is not the $5, but finding somebody else that you can also say, I'm in with you on this as well, and find a friend. Even a friend that's not a believer, or a friend from another church that just believes in spreading the Word of God, they'll likely give $5. I know we had some folks that went to the experience the other night, and they said, hey, they're doing the same thing. And I said, for what organization? They said EEM, the hashtag Bibles for Kids. They're doing the exact same thing. And they're trying, I think, to get 20,000 Bibles, is what I thought they told me. 20,000 Bibles is what they're trying to commit to across all of their campuses. So we want to see if we can be a part in kind of creating an awakening among other churches and getting a church in a small town in Texas to go, wow, we could do that. There's only 10 of us, but we could do that. We could provide, 100 Bibles or whatever. So we asked them last week.
Yes, we did.
For some ideas of how to get $5. And besides going and just asking, mom and dad, give me $5, or stealing it.
Right.
Or stilling it, as somebody spelled it, S-T-I-L-L.
Or cheating someone out of
moonshine. I'm not exactly sure what stealing $5 meant, but that's a joke that maybe went over everybody's head, and I should have even said to begin with. But what'd you say?
I said, or cheating somebody out of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't want to do anything illegal
or selling test answers. That was a couple.
Yeah, why don't we just stop giving horrible ideas?
No, those were the ideas that they gave us.
That's right. There were some that we're not going to show you. But you had some great ideas. Some of you were so funny, so funny, so clever, that we're going to make you put your money where your mouth is, or your funny comedy mouth, and we're going to say, let's do it. Let's see if you can raise $5 doing that. And so here are some of these awesome pictures, and their motto is, together we can do this. We believe that we can, which leads us to our picture of the week. All right, now, we worked a long time on this.
We did.
Trying to get these, and some of you are in the room. We can't show everybody, and if we don't show yours, it doesn't mean that you didn't have a funny answer. It probably meant you had a good answer, and we just feel like you're going to make it happen.
Yeah,
so,
you had probably a responsible answer.
Yeah. There was a lot of cleverness and a lot of snark, and a lot of... so if you said this is a good way to do it, we want you to prove it to us. So here are your $5 ideas. Oh, nice. We've even got theme music. Okay, we're going to work through these, and I think we might be able to read them here. We may have to turn around and look back there. Here are some of your ideas. We're not trying to embarrass anybody. Some of the names may have gotten left out, and some of the names are there for you to see. We're not responsible for your spelling or handwriting. Thankfully, we're not responsible for that. But here are some of the ideas. Okay, I'm going to have to look back here. Isaac Bunner said he makes $8.50 an hour at AMC, so he can work for about 40 minutes. Or he can make a GoFundMe and tell people that my youth minister asked me to make $5 and put it on Twitter. Isaac, where are you? Isaac, okay, so try both of these, okay? We expect to see the GoFundMe on Twitter to get $5. Tell people what it's for. Don't just say my youth minister asked for $5.
And you probably need more than $5 because GoFundMe takes a percentage of that, but that's
right.
Neither
that's
here
right.
or there.
And then work at AMC. So you're likely to come up with more than that. We can't wait to see how much money Isaac Bunner is going to come up with. That's going to be great. Okay, so Ella Gay. Ella, where's Ella? Is Ella here in the room tonight? Is she here? Okay, Ella said she's going to make a clothing account on her Instagram and sell her old clothes and then give you my $5 and a couple of old sweater vests.
I know who that was directed at.
Yeah,
not
I didn't
me.
realize that was directed at me personally. But I'm happy to take them. But Ella, if you're watching at home or if you're watching this after the fact or somebody can let Ella know she's now on the clock, she has to sell a couple of items and show us $5. Several of you, by the way, had this idea of selling old clothes. If you had that, it's a great idea. I know my daughters have made quite a bit of money selling clothes on other websites. So do that. That'd be great. All right. Here's another idea. Ellie Shirley says, I would ask my sister or my Nana to cook or bake something that I could sell for $5. Now, I saw Ellie. Ellie, where's Ellie? Ellie, so you're going to ask your Nana or your sister. So your sister also bakes? Okay. Better than your Nana? Really? Oh, well, maybe we should have a taste test. Maybe we should have Mary
I'm
D
all for
make
that.
some cookies and then have Anna Clay make
I have $5 right now for Miss Mary
Okay,
D.
all right.
I'll
So
take all the cookies.
Blake's got $5. If you can get some cookies, whatever $5 worth of cookies is, Mary D can decide what $5 is. But Anna Clay, we want to see your cookies as well. Blake's got the $5 right here, so you're done. That's a good idea. And if anybody else wants to go and say, hey, I'm willing to place an order, maybe your Nana doesn't want to do that, but we can see. The next idea, Matthew Self, sell old sweatshirts. That's good. So Matthew, next week we want you to bring 3 sweatshirts that you're going to sell, and we're going to see if we can sell them for $5. Okay, you got it? You got to bring 3 sweat. We're keeping all these ideas now, so we're holding you to these ideas. Amy said you could sell some stuff. I like that. Sell some homemade stuff. I like the second one. Put a lot of money in the bank so that you have a high interest rate. So go put $5 in the bank, Amy, and then let's see how it does by next week. That's good. That's good thinking. Let's test that out. So let's see how we do on that. I like that idea. And then, of course, pray. That'd be good. Okay. So Cody Benzinger says he'll make some small cartoon drawings of someone's liking, but as the artist, you choose the style, and it's $1 per drawing. Cody, where's Cody? All right, Cody, you're right here. All right, Cody. Did you bring some stuff to draw with tonight? You got that? Okay. I've got $1 right here. Okay. And what I would like, there's $1. I would like a drawing of you want a drawing of you? I want a drawing of me and my daughter Lila Mae and IG88. All right, me and Lila and IG88. All right. So yeah, do that. No, now she says take her out of it. I'm tempted to make just Lila and IG88. All right. So you can work on that. You have my permission to work on that during True North. You can sit here. You can go wherever you want. There's $1. Hey, and if it turns out really good, you might get more dollars. Or if you want to see Cody, he might not be able to do elaborate drawings. For $1, what kind of drawing should we expect? A small, simple drawing? Yeah, he's not going to spend an hour and a half. It'd be like a really quick drawing for $1. But if this turns out good, you may get more for it. And then you'll be able to give your $5. That's good. I can't wait to see it. All right. Here comes the next one. Julia Jenkins, she could embroider something for someone. That was nice. Or her other idea, help a grandparent do something. They love giving you money. Julia, what do you embroider? Okay, all right. So if you have an interest in that, anybody in the room can see Julia, or you can go talk to her grandparents. Okay, here's one. Lily says, make a bet and win. I like that one. We'll just save that one.
Yeah,
You shouldn't gamble. For those watching at home, we're not advocating gambling. But a $5 bet that resulted in Bibles for children, I think is probably going to be okay.
Depending on what you bet on, but
That's right. But so we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just put this one in
File
our back
that one
pocket
away.
and we'll save that one for later. Okay, Knox Rosser, sell a family heirloom for at least $5. Knox, where's Knox? Knox, do you have a family heirloom with you? You do. Would you bring it up here, please?
oh yes.
Knox has a family heirloom. Now, don't open this just yet. Let's get Knox on HH2 here. You can just talk it. You don't have to hold it. You can just talk it to it. Now, so you did get permission.
Yes, yes.
And you are off to anybody in the room that wants to buy this tonight, right now, for $5. They can see you, and you're going to sell this for $5.
I got
is
two
so
things.
crazy.
Oh, you have two?
Yes.
Things. Wait, two for $5 or two separate?
Two for
things?
$5.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
it's a deal.
a 2-for-1 deal.
Wow.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so the first one is my dad's trophy when he was like 9.
Oh,
So,
okay.
that's pretty cool.
Okay. It's a soccer trophy.
Yeah.
Brent Rosser All-Star 1983 season champs.
Okay. It's a, and those are about the shorts we would have worn in 1983. Brent Rosser, All-Star. That's a $5. That's a pretty good deal there for $5. Okay, what else you got for $5?
And then the other one I have is a picture of my dad and Skid from the 90s.
That is a picture of me and Brent from a mission trip in 1994.
Is that the sheet music of the Brady Bunch
Yes,
on a T-shirt?
I'm wearing a shirt that is the sheet music to the Brady Bunch theme song. That's what I'm wearing. That's probably why Brent's making that face.
I'm surprised.
All right, so for $5, you can own both of these things. If anybody wants to give $5, okay? These are family heirlooms?
No, my mom wouldn't let me bring any. So.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, I mean, they're close enough.
Yes,
So we'll leave
yeah.
these up here. If you are interested in either of these items, you can, $5. $5 and they're yours.
Yes.
Okay, Knox. Give a big hand to Knox. Thank you, Knox. All right, here we go. Now, at this point, there's certain people that are starting to panic. They're like, wait a minute, what did I write down?
Yeah.
What did I put down? Oh, no. Let's just keep going. Henry Wolf, sell a voiceover of my Emperor Palpatine impression on Fiverr.com. Henry, where are you? Henry, would you please come up here to the front, please? Come on up. Do what? Well, I didn't say I wanted you to do it right now necessarily. But for $5.
There's a microphone right here for you.
Yeah, go over there.
Yeah.
You might need a microphone. So for $5, we'll just ask you some questions about it, because I think if it's worth $5 to somebody, maybe they'll do it.
Yeah.
Like you might record the voicemail on somebody's outgoing voicemail.
Sure.
As Emperor Palpatine.
Oh wow.
Can you tell us how does it sound? Does it sound good? Is it believable?
I mean, maybe.
Is it
I
worth
mean,
$5?
If you're pretty close to deaf, it'd be believable.
Okay. All right. But you're serious about willing to do this?
Yeah, I'd do that, or just.
And you're going to put it on
give $5.
Fiverr.com?
Maybe. I might just give $5, but
Okay.
if you
well,
really
all right.
want me to,
This is to get the extra $5.
It seemed like a good idea. It seemed like it seemed like a clever idea. All right, thank you, Henry. We'll see how that idea plays out. Mandy McDaniel, I could have my sister Heidi go out to the Avenue with her euphonium and play the Star Wars songs. She would probably make $20. I would take $5 because I'm her favorite.
Thank you so much for saying small tuba on the sheet.
Yeah,
Because
Mandy.
I
where's
had
Mandy?
no clue.
Okay, Mandy. We've conspired tonight. We've actually lined up the fact that we're going to go to the Avenue with her sister, and we're going to find out if this will actually happen. If she agrees. Mandy and I arranged this. Her sister, she says she's probably going to be up for it. And then I said this. I said, she can play the Star Wars song? She goes, oh, yes. I said, are they good? She goes, yes, they're quite good. And I said, what Star Wars song? She said, all of them. I was like, all of them? The best part was then Mandy telling me the Star Wars songs by singing them. And she was like, dun, 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 dun. And I go, okay, that one. She goes, and dun, 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 dun. I go, okay, what else? All of them. I don't know what other Star Wars songs there are. Are there more of them? I won't make you sing them. Are there more of them? Oh, you've never seen these Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Well, then you did a great job singing the song. You could provide the background while Henry does Emperor Palpatine. You could do the soundtrack. So let's get Heidi on the phone. You have to text me later tonight and say that she's either in for it or she hates us both. But we're going to go to the Avenue, and we'll just set up a little place there if we don't get run out, and we'll see how it goes.
I think we'll be fine.
Star Wars songs, all of them. Okay, I like that idea. Jack Palmer, I'm going to borrow $5. Then I'm going to buy drinks with that $5, sell the drink. Now, let's make sure we know what he's talking about here. He means bottles of water or Coke or something like that, okay? He's going to do what? Dr. Pepper, okay. And then he's going to sell the drinks for a total of $15. Now, I paid off the $5. You can have $5, and I'll have $5 too, so it repeats. And then betting, we've already said we're not going to do that. Work in place of Cody at Krispy Kreme, that's good. Or write a basic song. I don't know. And then he's impressed at the bottom. He's impressed that we have a 2008 note sheet from a retreat. He's like, wow. Okay, so the drinks. You're going to buy the drinks, and then you're going to go and sell them. We want a report next Wednesday night. You're going to give us a report. Don't make it an epic fail, and don't cheat. Don't just get your parents to write you a check for $15 for Dr. Pepper. Got it? Okay, all right, here we go. Sadie Thomas, dig in the couch cushions and in the dryer, or go see that one old family member who always gives away money. And then she did the happy face. I like that. Is Sadie in the room? Is Sadie in the room tonight? She's not here. Okay, so, but Sadie's mom is here. Is that right? Is Sadie's mom back here? Sadie's relative? Any of Sadie's relatives are here. Okay, anybody that knows Sadie in the room? Okay, so if we want her to dig in the couch cushions and see if she can come up with $5 and then report back to us and have her bring that to us next week. Ella Grace Palmer, Blake, what you want to do?
She said, I'll look under my car seats and in my couch cushions.
Oh, there's another idea.
Oh.
Ella Grace, are you here tonight? Ella Grace, okay.
Will you take one person with you and go out there and see how much money you can find in your car seat?
Yeah, go look in your car seat right now. Not in your change, thing.
We're talking under the seats.
Under your car seats. Go look under your car. Go report back to us. You and Kate, go out there right now and check that out and see if you got that. Okay. Lizzie Boggs. Lizzie says, first of all, Lizzie, where's Lizzie? She here tonight? Lizzie, you win the handwriting prize. Of all of the answers, your handwriting was the most impeccable. Check all the vending machines at school for forgotten change. Sell some clothes to Plato's Closet. Grab a $5 bill from Blake's wallet. Or send a Cash App request for $5 from a friend. That friend might be Blake.
Yeah.
Check all the vending machines. Okay, so here's what we want. We want a video, like a selfie video of you going to how many vending machines are at your school? 6? Okay.
Wow.
We want you to just record yourself at each vending machine and check it out and see how we do, okay? Send us the footage and we'll take it from there. All right?
I hope you get caught because this is going to be so funny.
All right. Okay. Now, these three had the same answer. This is Bill Piercy, Lila May, and Emma Kate Bracey. They had the same. They had different answers, lots of other answers, but they had one answer that was in common. One of them. Now, Bill said he could sell some treasures from his attic or garage, but he said walk around the Walmart parking lot and pick up enough drop change. Then Lila said walk through the parking lot and look on sidewalks and collect all the change you find. And then Emma Kate, walk around a parking lot. Okay, now Emma Kate, Lila, raise your hand. Bill, raise your hand. Okay, we got to find a day. we want to take you to Walmart. I will personally give each of you $5 if together the three of you find $5 in change in the Walmart parking lot without somebody planting it or dropping quarters. There's no funny business. Although everybody here is like, which Walmart are they going to? We'll all go and throw quarters everywhere. But who cares? More Bibles for kids.
Right.
We want to go. So the three, after True North, would you come and find us so that we can find a time to go and test this theory out? And if people ask us at Walmart what we're doing, we'll just tell them. Maybe they'll give us some money. Okay. Grant Gilly. Is Grant in the room? Oh, this is great. Blake, what was Grant's? Well, first of all, he could tutor people in chemistry.
Or I could have people pay me to juggle for them.
Those were the two biggest, broadest answers of the range of answers. I could tutor people in chemistry, or I could pay people to juggle for them. Grant, who's good friends with Grant? Zeb, I want you to call Grant tonight, okay? We might just have to get him to join us down at the Avenue with the euphonium to juggle. And I might pay $5 myself just to watch Grant juggle. And I mean, that would be great. I think I've heard Grant say 3 words since he's been in the youth ministry. But I would like, and he wins every award at Central. Literally, one of the award ceremonies, he won like 12 plaques. He kept going up
If
there
he
and
could
getting them.
juggle
Maybe he could
12
juggle those.
plaques, I'll give him
Maybe he could
$5.
juggle 3 of his school awards. So tell Grant that we're serious, that we're going to have to work this out, okay? We want to see him juggle. Here's another one. You could get a bunch of bigger boxes and make them into an outfit, and then you would go around the neighborhood and have people give you $1 to see you do a tap dance. Now, Blake liked this idea, but Blake said, I have no idea who this person is. Blake was like, I have never heard of this girl. And I said, well, let me see her name. He showed me the card, and I started cracking up. He was like, who is it? Blake, would you like to tell us who it is?
Anna Nimis.
Yes, it's Anna Nimis.
Or Nimus. I don't know how she says her last name. Or it's anonymous, apparently.
Or anonymous. He was like, I don't know. I was like, look her up in CCB, the database. Look in the church directory, see if it's there. I have no idea. So I don't know whose idea this was, but is anybody willing to confess to this? Because it was clever. You can tell us later. It was great. I'd love, because they're not going to confess to this. They're like, the joke is funny. Nobody's going to want to dress up and do a tap dance as a robot. Garrison asked 10 other friends for a single $1. We got a lot of those. That was good. Is Garrison here? That was good. So, Garrison, make a list of the 10 friends.
I was going to say to sell my voice for audiobooks, but
The idea was he was going to sell his voice for audiobooks. That would be great. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. We're about to read Charles Dickens. Are you serious? All right, do this. Would you pick, not that book, pick another book and read us a couple of sentences. Send me the audio file and we'll play it next week. Make it really dramatic. But also ask 10 friends. All right, we got to keep going. I know this is taking a while, but these are good ideas. Taylor Kulicheski, go to the laundromat and look for lost quarters. That'd be good. Or go frog hunting and sell them to someone who likes frog legs. That's a good, that's another wide range of ideas. Yeah, Jackson had a good idea. Pay someone $20 and ask for $5 back, or babysit lizards. That was good. I don't think Jackson's here tonight. Is Jackson here tonight? All right. You tell him we want a picture of him babysitting a lizard. Did he write this because that's something he actually does? Does anybody know? Oh, he watches the lizard. Do they pay him? Oh. Well, maybe they, okay. But I like the idea. That was good. Jack Romberg. Blake, what's Jack's idea?
He said, I would start by searching for $1 throughout my house. Then I would buy a water bottle with that $1. Next, I would sell the water bottle for $2. I would continue this process throughout the week. I would likely have more than $5.
Okay. All right. Jack, is Jack here? Jack and Jack should go into a business. We're selling water and Dr. Pepper. We're going to see if that happens. Zeb Fox, I could mine Bitcoin with my PC. Or it could sell firewood. That was like a city answer and a country answer right there together. I could mine Bitcoin with my PC. Or I could sell firewood. All right, so Zeb, which of these is going to get us $5? Okay, so the first one's probably a bad idea. Okay, so you think you can get $5 by next week from selling firewood? Too warm?
Well, it's cold today. Pretty cold day.
Yeah, we should have built
you better
a fire.
jump on it.
Let's build a fire today.
Yeah, like 8 hours.
Go home and sell it to somebody right now. All right, Brooks Jones. Brooks says get a cheap pack of gum and mints from Sam's Club and then go to school and sell them to everyone. I like that idea. He says selling sunflower seeds to his baseball team or selling his baseball cards. I like that. I just see during the baseball game, Brooks is walking around the dugout going, sunflower seeds, get your sunflowers, get you a box and hang over your shoulders. And baseball cards. Brooks, do you have a baseball card that you are willing to sell for $5 that is actually worth $5? You do? Would you bring it next week and see if somebody wants to buy it? Anybody collects baseball cards? Do you have any Dodger cards? Because Mike Jones will buy any Dodger card you have. He'll buy several of them. And if you have an old Dale Murphy card, I might be interested. So just file that away. All right, there you go. Good ideas. What was this one? Barbara Kulicheski. Collect crickets and sell them to someone who has a hungry lizard. There we go. That's a good idea. So, and if, who was it that was babysitting lizards?
Jackson.
If Jackson's babysitting the lizards, then it's great. It's all worked out. I've never seen the word lizard up on the screen at True North so many times in a row. Blake, you had an idea. What was it?
I said I'd go to Interface and sell something to the Bigfoot guy.
Are we going to try to find something?
I'm going to find something to try and sell to the Bigfoot guy.
Just don't steal something from my office, please.
It won't be from your office.
Okay, we'll find something and go sell it to the Bigfoot guy. Let's see. All right, Justin Turner. Justin says, I would bet $5 on me making 5 3-point basketball shots in 3 minutes, create a bank account with $5 in it, and then retire on said $5. Justin, are you here in the room?
I saw
All right, Justin. We have somebody over here, Lily, who's ready to make a bet. Lily is willing to bet. Lily, are you willing to bet $5 that Justin Turner can hit 5 3-point baskets in 3 minutes?
Well, no, she would be willing to bet he can't.
Yeah, bet he can't. That's right.
Yeah.
You're going to bet he can't, and you're going to say you can do it. Is that right? Next question, Justin and Lily. After True North tonight, do either of you have about
3 minutes.
About 3 minutes to go down to the Life Center?
Which is the gym.
We have time to do that? Okay. All right. We're gonna go test this tonight, and somehow we're getting $5 from somebody. But it's not real gambling. People at home, anybody else watching, this is all for fun. It's all going to be, it's all good
It's for
fun.
Bibles, for the Lord.
I think we get a pass right now. All right, let's go. Chandler Maples. Chandler, where are you? Chandler says when he was younger, he would stand on the side of the road next to my house and do magic for 25 cents. Guess who's coming to the Avenue? Chandler, we got to work out a time. We're gonna have a juggling magic euphonium extravaganza, unlike the world has never seen. Trust me, the world has never seen it. That's gonna be a lot of fun. You got a trick that you can do that would be worth 25 cents for somebody?
Oh.
Well, you've got tricks. You've
You
done
got
magic.
card
You got a
tricks.
card trick. You got stuff you can do.
Oh. Well, that was.
Well, now, Chandler, you got a week to get on this because next week we want to be able to show some footage of you at the Avenue doing magic tricks for people. Okay, somebody wrote January, February, and then they got tired. I actually know who this person was, but I'm not going to throw them under the bus. But I think they were like, I want to look busy. I want to look like I care, but I don't really know any ideas. And after they got to March, they're like, this is too tiring. I can't do this. And so that was a good answer. That was a good answer. And you know who you are. Isaac Harrison, mow a lawn. That was given a lot. If you want to mow yards, mow yards. Sell handmade items on the internet. What do you hand make? I don't know, something. Stand outside a random party and charge for entrance and then run before the host finds out. Okay, so let's think on how we can make that happen. Blake, what was Samuel Waldron's?
Start a business called Samuel Patrick Designs and draw campuses, which sounds eerily familiar.
Yeah, it's worked out well for my daughter. It's worked out well for Daisy Sue Designs. Throwing a plug for Daisy Sue Designs. Samuel Patrick Designs. So, Samuel, next week we expect an 8x10 campus.
Oh.
We'll discuss it afterwards. All right?
Oh.
We want a campus, and we'll see it. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Lizzie McCrary, have a lemonade stand. That's great, Lizzie. A lemonade stand would be great. Lots of people suggested lemonade stand. Or she could sell her new unicorn corn holders. They're so amazing, she could sell them for $20. Do you really want to get rid of those? Oh, you don't? Okay. So, lemonade stand. We might need stuff to drink down at the Avenue, depending on how hot it is. So a lemonade
we'll see
stand.
you there.
Lemonade stand was a great idea. So great that Spencer Bowen wants to make a lemonade stand and then sell the lemonade stand for $5. He's just going to make the whole stand and then sell it. So, see Spencer. He'll build you a lemonade stand. This is all working out great. If there's lizards involved, that's great. Jesse says he's going to sell baseball cards and packs of gum. Uh-oh, watch out. You're infringing on Brooks's business, Jesse. Jesse, do you have baseball cards that are worth $5? Okay. You bring baseball cards. Brooks brings them. We're going to see who's got the cooler baseball cards. I expect to see them next week. And gum and mints. Build a deck. Do I need to sign this? All right, I like that one. Virginia Clements. It's hard to see on here. Not buy snacks in school for a week. That's good. Or her business. Virginia. Where's
And then
Virginia?
she said,
What
I
is
should just get a job.
Clemcraft, is that what it's called? What do you do? Wait, do what? Like a blowtorch?
Oh, did you say
Oh, you engrave- I thought you said a blowtorch.
A glow forge?
A glow forge?
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Oh. A glow forge? We might need you at the Avenue as well. Just providing pyrotechnics while we...
I thought she'd do like landscaping.
yeah,
Like
grass. I figured she'd mow yards.
Yeah, just popping in zooms of grass for $5.
Or she just says at the bottom, you can't really see it here, it just says, I should just get a job. So see what you come up with. Okay, now Scott McDaniel and Delaney Smith. Delaney, is Delaney in the room? Delaney and Scott, I see Scott back here. You all both suggested the exact same idea, which I thought was really odd. Not odd, it was cool. You're going to start with a paper clip and ask a friend, what would you give me for this paper clip? I'd only accept an item that I thought would be worth more than a paper clip, and then keep trading up until you got something that was worth $5. So, who can communicate to Delaney? Okay, Caroline, if you'll tell Delaney, we want her to do this idea. Scott, you do this idea. We want to see who comes up with the coolest item and bring that item next week. Okay, Scott, you got a week. You have a whole week to work on this. Delaney's got a whole week. So there you go. All right, we're getting close to the end. Caroline Smith says, I would block someone's parking spot and only move if they gave me $5. Caroline can come to the Avenue. We might need to cause a scene. Pretend my dog was stolen by hiding it in my room and then take the ransom when I find it. I don't understand that. Okay, Sam Chapin. What's Sam's?
Go to work for around 40 minutes.
Okay, you and Isaac, your brains work a lot alike. Sam, you work at another movie theater. You're at the Premier 6. Okay, so Sam's going to have $5. Sarah Sullivan is going to sell random mini things in my room or backpack or bum it off Sam. So, is Sarah in the room? Sarah, what do you have in your backpack that you could sell? Pencils. Okay, when you said many things, did you mean small or lots? I mean, I know you spelled it many. I just didn't know. Based on the spelling of everybody else in the room, I thought it could have been anything. But I give you credit for spelling better than that. But selling pencils. Okay, sell some stuff out of your backpack. Let's see how it goes. We're getting down, I think, to the last two. I like this one. Helen, ask 500 people for 1 penny each. Or pay 5 people $5 each for $1. Bum it off Sarah, who's bummed it off of Sam. Sell everything I own and then buy everything back except for $5 worth of stuff or Geico. That was good. Helen, where's Helen? Helen, this was great. Next week, we expect to see your list of 500 people, and we want to see 500 pennies. Okay? You got it? See how far you get. That was our favorite answer. Yeah. That was our favorite answer. So you're going to get 10 NBYG bucks that can't be used towards this, but can go towards something else. So there's that. That's great. And then the other winner of 10 NBYG bucks for another idea that I don't think it's a work, but it made me laugh. 10 NBYG bucks goes to Cooper Grubbs, who's going to enter and win Family Feud. Or just sell some old clothes and shoes. I don't know. All right, so Cooper, you guys have NBYG bucks coming to you, so let us know that. It took a long time. Those were your $5 ideas to get Bibles in the hands of those kids. Give yourselves a hand, everybody. You did a great job. Now, if we ask to see you after True North, we need to see you after True North. We want to make that happen, okay? Hey, we are going to sing a couple of songs tonight. The singers, you guys come on up here. We're only going to do a couple of songs tonight. But we wanted to make sure we shared those ideas, and we had a lot of fun with that. I was really impressed with your ideas. If we didn't share your idea, it is not because it wasn't a great idea. Lots of you had actual ideas, like babysitting, or I'm going to mow somebody's lawn, or a lemonade stand, or I'm going to bake something, or I've got some other skill that I can offer. If you have any way, but we really want to challenge you to show up with $5 next week. But the real challenge is coming up with somebody else that you can tell this to, and say, hey, our church is doing this, and here's why. Would you be willing to donate $5 in this, or get 5 of your friends to give $1 outside of the other $5 you raise? If you got it, say got it. Now, I'm really curious to see who can do that. This isn't a race. It's not a challenge. We don't want you to feel bad if you don't do it. We don't want you to feel bad if you don't care to do it. Maybe you should feel a little bit bad, but we don't want you to feel bad for not succeeding, at least by next week. You can take longer to do that. But we just believe this is important, and we love some of these answers, and we look forward to having fun with some of you for doing that. But there you go. So we're going to spend a little bit of time worshiping tonight, and then we're going to dive into Ecclesiastes. We're only going to sing a couple of songs tonight, but know that Miss Sharon is praying in there for all the requests that you turned in last week. If for some reason you weren't here and you have a new request and you want to slide it under the door, she said you're welcome to do that, but we don't have the papers up here, so you're kind of on your own. But she's praying over everything that was submitted last week, okay? And then we want to add the Bibles to that. Miss Vicki texted. She had double knee replacement surgery. Vicki is recovering, and she is doing well at her parents' in East Tennessee. She's experiencing some discomfort. She's trying to get off of the medication. She just requests prayers that she's able to do that, and that she's also able to heal. Her physical therapy is going well, but we miss Vicki, and we're so glad that she was able to finally get this surgery done. So let's continue to pray for her, okay? Let's all stand together, guys. We're going to sing just a few songs, and then we'll dive into Ecclesiastes. Let's sing a couple of songs tonight, okay? Here we go. Father God, just for today, help me walk your narrow way. Help me stand when I might fall. Give me your strength to hear your call. May my steps be worship. May my thoughts be praise. May my words bring honor to your name. May my steps be worship. May my thoughts be praise. May my words bring honor to your name. Ladies, Father God,
Just for today, help me walk your narrow way. Help me stand when I might fall. Give me your strength to hear your call.
may my steps be worship. May my thoughts be praise. May my words bring honor to your name. May my steps be worship. May my thoughts be praise. May my words bring honor to your name. Everyone needs compassion, love that's never failing. Let mercy fall on me. And everyone needs forgiveness, the kindness of the Savior. of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name, and blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. And the church said, as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Hallelujah. As the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Hallelujah. Amen. Well, we've got a few moments together to finish up Ecclesiastes. We're in 7, 8, and 9, and we're going to take a break next week. And then hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we'll finally be able to wrap up this series that we've been in for the past several weeks, the book of Ecclesiastes. The series that we've been doing is called Meaningless. The word hevel, a word that means vapor or fleeting, that's used by Solomon. Solomon gathers all of these wise sayings, and very much like Proverbs, he wrote the book, most of the book of Proverbs, but in this book, it has a completely different tone, and one that if you just read it at first glance, it seems depressing, hopeless, and one that you're like, why do I even need to read this book? It's so depressing. But as we've tried to flip the way you've looked at it, Solomon is not saying life is meaningless. He's saying that everything under the sun is meaningless. A life without God is meaningless. And I want us to think just for a moment about images that, or thoughts that this picture might bring to mind. Now, this is maybe for the folks that are in the back or those that are a little bit older, but my guess is enough of you up front enjoyed a good Looney Tunes cartoon back in the day. I mean, some cartoons that were popular when I was a kid are not popular today, and some that are popular when you were a kid aren't even popular now, or people remember them now. But some stand the test of time, and Wile E. Coyote certainly does for me. And one of the things that he would always do is that he would paint a tunnel on the side of a building, hoping that Roadrunner would try to run through it. And sure enough, Roadrunner would go through it and go to the other side, and then he would try to run through it, and of course would run into the wall. Lots of great comedy when you were younger. But Wile E. Coyote was always trying to tempt the Roadrunner to take a shortcut. You think about the idea of a shortcut. When I think of a shortcut, I don't think first of Wile E. Coyote. For those of you that are my age, or maybe a little older or slightly younger, when I think about shortcuts, I think about the Dukes of Hazzard. Back in the day on a Friday night, my brother and I would be found planted in front of the television. Even though we were 7 years apart, both of us had a great love for the Dukes of Hazzard. My brother, one time in a shopping mall parking lot, ran and jumped into the windows of our station wagon that were rolled down, because then you could leave your windows rolled down and it'd be perfectly safe. Except for the time that somebody broke into my mom's car and stole all of our 8-track tapes. True story. Stole 15 of our 18 8-track tapes. This is not a joke at all. They left the 3 Barry Manilow 8-tracks and stole all the rest. My mom was very offended. And my dad said a great line, well, I guess he doesn't write the songs that make the whole world sing. So we probably still have those 8-tracks somewhere. But my brother slid in through the window of our station wagon after he slid across the hood and then crawled in through the window like the Duke boys did, to which I then realized that station wagon was not exactly the same station wagon as ours, but it's somebody else's station wagon. Somebody else was in the station wagon, and I had to go and get my brother out of the station wagon and kind of coax him out and apologize to the person that was in it after they saw a 7-year-old kid slide across their hood and then into their car yelling, "Yeehaw." But the Duke boys always would take a shortcut. Somebody would take off and they would try to cut them off. And they would say, we're going to take a shortcut down by the old Prater's Mill, down by the creek or whatever. I didn't say it nearly as well as Waylon Jennings would have said it. But they would take a shortcut. And they would find a way to outlast or outdo or outsmart is the word I'm looking for, outsmart the bad guys. And they would take a shortcut, often involving jumping over some ravine. And it was all very, very dramatic. And my brother and I loved that show. But they would always find a shortcut that somehow somebody that had a 30-minute head start in their county, just a few little roads and a few little turns, would have them catching up with them. And I always thought it was amazing how they took a shortcut. When I think of shortcuts, I've shown you these images before. They just make them easy to understand. I'm not meaning to make light of Scripture, but in several of the Gospels, specifically Matthew, Luke, they tell us about Jesus in the wilderness. And when he's tempted in the wilderness, he is tempted to take a shortcut. It says that the Holy Spirit, or I guess this Lego person is interpreting it as the Holy Ghost, takes Jesus out, or Qui-Gon Jinn, out into the wilderness and says, if you're the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread. Tempting him to take a shortcut and to say, go ahead and you can work your magic if you are the Son of God. And then Jesus says these three words, followed by other words, but he says, it is written that man doesn't live by bread alone. So he takes him up to the top of a high place and he says, if you're the Son of God, throw yourself from here. Because it is written, Satan's now quoting Scripture, that he will command his angels to protect you. They'll bear you up so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. He says, if you really want to be impressive, Jesus, then throw yourself off of here, let the angels catch you, and then everybody's going to believe in you. You'll have instant notoriety. I want you to take a shortcut. And then Jesus says to him, you're not to put the Lord your God to the test. And so then they go up on a high place and they look over all the land. And Satan says to him, the whole realm has been granted to me, and I can give it to whomever I wish. If you worship me, all of this will be yours. That's obviously a lie. It already did belong to him. And once again, Jesus says, I'm not going to take the shortcut. He says, go away, Satan, for it is written, you are to worship the Lord your God and to serve only him. And as I've said before, one thing about Jesus, this proves right here from this angle that he is in fact holy. But I'll keep moving on. It's a Lego joke. All right, and so then it says that the Scripture tells us that the enemy left him and went away to wait for a more opportune time. And then the angels came and ministered to him. I've never understood this Lego picture and what all is going on there and who these animals are, but that's beside the point. My point is this idea of taking a shortcut. Let me make it more personal than the Wile E. Coyote or the Dukes of Hazzard or even Jesus from Scripture. Let me put it into 2021. Somebody says if you really want to get the scholarship, you've got to make good grades. If you want to make good grades, you can study and work really hard, or you can take a shortcut. And I can give you a way that you can make good grades by just letting somebody else take your test, or looking on somebody else's paper, or using somebody else's homework. Just take a shortcut. Somebody says, you want to be popular? Well, one way is to try to do things that make a name for yourself, that make you stand out. Or if you just come to this party and do these things, you will instantly have a circle of friends. And you'll take a shortcut. I can give you a shortcut. Or for those of you who are in a dating relationship, the enemy comes and says, hey, there's no need to wait until you are married to somebody. You need to know whether or not you like somebody or not. And so I can give you a shortcut to where you can enjoy the way God made you to be. You know how God made you. Let's celebrate it now. Let's take a shortcut. I just picked 3 scenarios of 30 or 300 where the enemy says, you want this, and here's the path that God has given you to take it. And it's such a long, arduous path. I can give you a shortcut and you can have it right now. And it's a lie that so many people fall for. And the book of Ecclesiastes, especially chapter 7, spends a lot of time talking about this idea of what it means to be wise or to be a fool. Now, Proverbs spends a lot of time talking about wisdom and about folly. That word folly is kind of maybe a simpler, cartoonish sounding word, but it's this word that just means to be a fool. Wisdom and foolishness. Now, all of us in the room have taken shortcuts. We've all found a way to cheat on something or someone to get something we want faster than the plan that was designed for us to get it. Things that are worth something often cost a lot, and they often require a lot of sacrifice. And yet somebody says, you want to get $5 and you want to be a part of the fundraiser? Well, then just go when somebody's not looking and take the money from somebody else. Or you need some new AirPods, but you don't have them? Well, on the retreat, just wait till everybody goes to dinner, and then you go in and get somebody's AirPods. The path is that you would normally take is to work hard and to earn them, and to be able to go and say, I've saved up money by doing things that are noble, and I'm now going to go and purchase these things, and they're going to be mine. The enemy says, you can have these things, you can have the same AirPods, but you're just going to have to take a shortcut and do it faster. Shortcuts. And Solomon says that so many people take the path of saying, I'm going to try to do this. In a job, you want a promotion. All you got to do is say something about somebody else, or blame somebody else, or do something to set somebody else up, and you'll get the promotion. It's a shortcut to something that you think you want that will eventually come if you worked hard and were a person of integrity. It's really difficult when you see other people at your school, though, getting all of the things that you want, and you know for a fact they're taking shortcuts, whatever those are. It's really difficult. We've been in Ecclesiastes 7. We've spent a whole lot of time looking at chapter 7. I'm just going to go to the end of chapter 7. Actually, we're going to go to the first part of chapter 8. We kind of wrapped up most of 7 last week. Let's look at 8. He says, who is like the wise? Who knows the explanation of things? A person's wisdom brightens their face and changes its hard appearance. What's he saying here? I've done ministry for 25 years, and I don't have ESP, I don't have magical powers, and I'm not always right. But when I talk with one of you and I see one of you, oftentimes you carry, not just you, we all carry on our face how we are doing and whether or not we feel good about ourselves. Sometimes something bad has happened to you, and so you look down. But sometimes something bad is going on within you, and sometimes that can be seen as well. Some of us are really good at hiding it. Some of us are extremely good at masking it. And all of us have had friends that have betrayed us because they hid something that we did not know was true about them for a long time. But Solomon says that wisdom just changes a person's appearance. Simply stated, wisdom changes a person's appearance. Does it make you more beautiful or more handsome? Not necessarily. But what it does is it just changes. I can just look at some eyes of a teenager, especially when I go and teach somewhere else and I don't know somebody, and I go and walk up and talk to them, and I'm talking. I can often tell pretty quickly, this person's doing well or this person's not. And more often than not, the youth minister will come up and say, hey, I saw you talking to him or to her. Man, I'm so glad that you were encouraging them, because one thing you need to know, and not every time, but I just find myself going, I could just tell that something wasn't right. Or something is really good. That guy or that girl is a leader, because wisdom just changes somebody's appearance. It'll change the way you walk. It'll change the way you talk. It changes so much about you, and Solomon says this. Look in verse 2 of chapter 8. I don't put these on the screen because I want to make sure you have a Bible or a device that you can follow along in. Obey the king's command, I say, because you took an oath before God. Do not be in a hurry to leave the king's presence. Again, the idea of a shortcut. Do not stand up for a bad cause, for he will do whatever he pleases. Since a king's word is supreme, who can say to him, what are you doing? Whoever obeys his command will come to no harm. And the wise heart will know the proper time and procedure. For there is a proper time and procedure for every matter, though a person may be weighed down by misery. Again, he says, don't take shortcuts. Some things are going to be extremely difficult. Since no one knows the future, who can tell someone else what is to come? And no one has power over the wind to contain them, in verse 8. So no one has power over the time of their death. And no one is discharged in time of war. So wickedness will not release those who practice it. If you got a Bible and you're underlining things, that's a great sentence to underline. Wickedness will not release those who practice it. See, there comes a moment when you start to cheat just a little bit, just because it's like, I don't ever cheat, but this one test, I just got to cheat on this one time because I just didn't do my homework, or I just didn't study. I'm not going to make it a habit. Or I'm just going to take this little bit amount of money from my parents because I just got to get through this one thing and then it's all going to be fine. And then a pattern begins to develop. And before long, when you take shortcuts, it becomes so easy to take that path instead of taking the long way, or not even the long way, but the more noble way, that then you become enslaved. And then it becomes very difficult. And the shortcuts of looking at images online, because you say, I just need a shortcut to experiencing something that God has planned for me later on in my life, but I just need to enjoy it now, and so I'm going to take a shortcut. Whatever it is. Whether it's a shortcut to some sort of physical pleasure, whether it's a shortcut to losing weight, whether it's a shortcut to trying to get more popular or to make yourself more known at your school. Solomon says those things are going to lead you into bondage. All this I saw as I applied, in verse 9, all this I saw as I applied my mind to everything done under the sun. There is a time when a man lords it over others to his own hurt. Then too I saw the wicked buried. Those who used to come and go from the holy place and receive praise in the city where they did this too is meaningless. When the sentence for a crime is not quickly carried out, people's hearts are filled with schemes to do wrong. Verse 11. Although a wicked person who commits 100 crimes may live a long time, know that it will go better for those who fear God, who are reverent before Him. Again, don't take the shortcuts. Yet because the wicked do not fear God, it will not go well with them, and their days will not lengthen like a shadow. There's something else meaningless that occurs on earth. The righteous who get what the wicked deserve, and the wicked who get what the righteous deserve. This is probably the number one criticism or complaint that I hear from students or from skeptics when somebody comes to me and they say, hey, Skid, I just can't believe in God because this idea of the problem of human suffering, or why do bad things happen to good people. We never really want to talk about why do good things happen to good people. That doesn't seem to be a cause of philosophical discussion. It's equally as astounding and perplexing. Why do good things happen to good people? I want to know why bad things happen to bad people. I mean, sometimes you kind of want them to, but it doesn't make it any less enjoyable when bad things happen to bad people. But why do good things happen to bad people? And why do bad things happen to good people? Solomon wrestles with this a little bit. I had some students last week that were going to read verses, and you may be ready. I believe it was Haley and Knox and Lizzie and Jack. Are you all prepared with those verses? If you'll just come and line up at this microphone, you can face that way. And I want you to hear what the Scripture says about this in some other places really quickly before we wrap up. So, Haley, come on up. Haley's going to read from Psalm 141 and verse 5. I believe this mic should be turned on. Just get close to it and listen what the Bible says about this.
Let a righteous man strike me, that is a kindness. Let him rebuke me, that is oil on my head. My head will not refuse it, for my prayer will still be against the deed of evildoers.
Okay, I want Proverbs 15 and 31. I think it's 15. Knox Rosser. Knox, I think that's the passage I want you to read here. Proverbs 15 and verse 31.
Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise.
Okay, read it again.
Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise.
All right, it says here, if you listen to life-giving correction, then things are going to go well for you. And some of you are like, I just know that doesn't seem to always be true. Proverbs, remember, are not something that are always true. They're things that are generally true. Let's look at another passage. Proverbs 25 and verse 12. Lizzie's got that one.
Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is the rebuke of a wise judge to a listening ear.
He says again, there's value in wisdom and rebuke given to somebody else. There's one more passage, Jack Palmer, Proverbs 27 and verse 6.
Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
Okay, read it one more time, a little bit louder.
Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
Go back real quickly for just a moment to chapter 7. Chapter 7, if you go back to verse 15, if you got a Bible and you can flip over there really quickly. He says, in this meaningless life of mine, I've seen both of these. The righteous perishing in their righteousness, and the wicked living long in their wickedness. So somebody says, okay, Solomon says it's meaningless to be wise, and it's because if you're wise, it just says you're gonna die. I see righteous people who perish, and I see wicked people who live long. So he's like, don't do it. We just showed you some passages from Proverbs and some other passages from Psalms that Solomon did not write, but in the Proverbs, he wrote a lot of these passages to say, yes, wisdom is good. But he also says, I've seen the other. And I've seen that it is, in fact, it makes me say that life is fleeting and it's meaningless. I can't make sense of it all. But he's still leading us to this point that we're going to develop more next week. We'll look at the first one tonight before we wrap up. He says, I want to give you a checklist on how you can tell if you're taking shortcuts. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you've ever taken a shortcut, because I pretty much know the answer to that question. And I certainly know the answer of the one who's speaking to you. So I'm not making you feel bad for taking shortcuts. But Solomon says, I'm going to give you a checklist of 7 items. Now, some of you know what a checklist is. Before you go on a trip, you have 7 things you want to check off. I'd be curious to know how many of you would, on these 7 things, we're not going to get to all 7 of them, but I would just like for you to mentally make a list, or you can take a picture of the screen, or you can write them down. It's good to know, how foolish am I? How to spot a fool. Some of you may or may not know that 156 years ago today, Abraham Lincoln signed the bill that initiated the U.S. Secret Service. 156 years ago today, he signed that bill creating the Secret Service. 156 years ago tonight, Lincoln was assassinated. Now, some of you think, wow, that's pretty poor timing. The Secret Service is supposed to defend the president. But the purpose of the Secret Service originally was to handle counterfeit money that was being trafficked between the North and the South. And it was associated with the U.S. Treasury. Just a little historical side note. But I got fascinated years ago. I did a report in elementary school about counterfeit bills. That makes me sound like I was up to no good. And some of you are like, oh, this $5 thing just got a little bit easier. I'll take some good notes here. The guy that said if you're going to find a counterfeit bill, you don't look at the counterfeits. You don't look at a fake bill to know what they look like. You just really study what the original is supposed to look like. And once you know so much what the real bill looks like, whenever a counterfeit is in front of you, you'll know it instantly. Some of you that collect things will know what a real one looks like or what a fake one or a counterfeit one looks like. And so this is Solomon saying, you want to find out if you're a counterfeit? Then answer these things. We'll look at 1, maybe 2 tonight. Step number 1. A fool circles through the same bad decisions and repeats the same patterns and makes the same mistakes over and over again. All right, now, make sure you don't misread this. Does it say that a fool is a person who makes a mistake? No. Is a fool a person who makes a bad decision? No. Is a fool a person who makes the same mistake more than once? No. Is a fool a person who makes the same bad decision more than once? No. But now you're beginning to create a path. And you're beginning to wear, you guys have been to college campuses where people have worn a path where there's not a sidewalk? There's a sidewalk here and a sidewalk over there, and they've connected it just by walking between it. And at my college, at the University of Memphis, they would eventually build a sidewalk where that path was because they thought that's where people are walking, so we're just going to put a path there. We're going to wear a path down because we don't want to take that. We want to take a shortcut, so we'll start wearing a path. And eventually, what happens is you make the same bad decision over and over again, and then it becomes just a real habit to lie to your parents or to cheat on a test or to steal something that doesn't belong to you. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm just trying to let you realize that eventually wickedness will not release the person who lives with it. And so that's just the first one. If you find yourself over and over and over again. Now, this isn't the only mark of a fool, because some of you say, oh, Skid, I keep finding myself in the same struggle. That's not the same thing as making the decision to deliberately do something that you know is wrong over and over again. There is a difference between having a struggle with something, so I'm not trying to tie those two together, but at least begin to see the pattern. If you got it, say got it. Number 2, a fool does not learn from the mistakes of others. A fool does not learn from the mistakes of others. And I'll close with these images and then we'll wrap up for the night. Some of you probably grew up in a room or an office where you had, these motivational posters. Anybody ever seen these before? This one is about teamwork, and I like this one, perseverance. Your current situation is not your final destination. Everybody's got the cat hanging onto something. There were some that came up that were kind of spoofing these, and there are 3 of my favorites. I'll show them to you. Wishes. When you wish upon a falling star, your dreams can come true. Unless it's really a meteorite hurtling to the earth, which will destroy all life. Then you're pretty much hosed no matter what you wish for, unless it's death by meteor. Or there's this one, delusions. There's no greater joy than soaring high on the wings of your dreams, except maybe the joy of watching a dreamer who has nowhere to land but in the ocean of reality. And then my favorite, mistakes. It could be that the purpose of your life is to only serve as a warning to others. That is really depressing. And Solomon says, do not let this be you. Do not, the first 2 steps of a fool, we're only going to look at the 2 of the 7 tonight. We're going to end with that. There's 5 more. Some of you are like, ooh, wow, I already feel bad. The goal is not to make you feel bad. Make sure you hear that. The goal is not to smack you around and say, you fools. The goal is to say, hey, it's not too late to say, wow, I don't like the way this is looking. I think I'm going to take another path. And I'm going to stop taking a shortcut. And Solomon says in doing so, it's going to give your life meaning. We're going to stop there tonight. We're going to pick back up in 2 weeks. We will be here next week. But next week, remember, we're going to be joined by 16 at least right now other churches and lots of other individuals from around the country, mainly Texas, we're going to challenge them to do what you've done. So those of you that have fun ways to make $5, go dream them up and make them. But next week, we really want you to come with $5. And we would love for you to bring somebody with you that has their $5 for one night only. Have them show up. We're going to find some of you ahead of time and ask you if we can interview you, live and just say, hey, how did you make your $5? And some of you are going to have some really clever, cool ideas. And we want you to inspire other students your age around the country to say, I can do that. Because if you give $5, it's going to put 4 Bibles in the laps of 4 children. And it's going to show them the path that are not shortcuts. It's going to show them the path to wisdom, all because you looked in through your car to find change, or sold Dr. Peppers, or played the small tuba at the Avenue parking lot, or juggled, or did magic, or sold firewood. Whatever it is you're going to do, it's going to be awesome, and we're so proud of you. We can't wait to see it. God bless our efforts to raise these funds to bless children that we have never met and may never meet this side under the sun. But it's because of the Son that we pray, and we all say together, amen. God bless you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.